All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully everything's going well for you guys. All right, brothers. Of course, you know this is DDG and Holly Berry. Not Holly Berry, but Haley. I'm tripping. Holly Berry, Haley, whatever the girl name is, Haley. All right, brothers. You know, of course, this is going viral right now, but I want to touch on this because it's nothing new, man. I don't see why brothers are not seeing this. Some brothers are. Brothers, you know other situations that's similar to this? I don't know if you guys ever heard of La Truth. La Truth, very similar. CJ So Cool, very similar. Very similar. G Herbo, very similar. They might not be as famous as he is. But what I'm trying to tell you, but these are very. You can look up those situations with the situation they have with their women or going through with their women. It's the same thing DDG is going through. It is nothing new. Nas went through it with Khalees. Probably still is going through it with Khalees. You know, Nas. I mean, you can go on and on and on and on. And brothers, if the Most High bless you with awareness, you saw it in real time first, as they would say today, because it starts in real time anyway before the social media starts. It's you understand what I'm saying? I saw it in real time. This is nothing new, brothers. You know, this is nothing new. Now, so with that being said, you know, if you want my honest opinion, you know who's at fault? DDG. He's at fault. Of course, a lot of men are going to side with him and sympathize with DDG. Understandable. But it's his own fault. What we can learn from DDG, brothers, and it's not just DDG, what you can learn from DDG, the G Herbos, the Nas, the CJ So Cools, the Latruce, you know, so on and so forth. You know, what's that rapper? Saigon, same thing. Saigon went through the same thing, probably still going through it. What you can learn from these brothers is the simple fact is you choose carefully of the women you choose to have kids by. See, DDG is nothing special. You guys might think he's special because he's famous, and I understand. I would agree he's an exception. He's famous. He got money. You know, yada yada yada. Whatever. Cool. But he's nothing new. It's nothing new. I saw it all before. I saw it all before. You know, Haley. You know, I remember he took the kid to Casa Not. The girl was going crazy about it then. Brothers, I've seen this in real time. You know, my whole life growing up, you know, women keeping kids away from the father, don't want the kid, don't want them around nobody, blah, blah, blah. You know, or better yet, I'm pretty sure you brothers probably experienced this too. Like, let's say you got a loved one who got a kid with somebody, right? The toxic baby mother let you see the kid, but if you let the the father see the kid, they won't let you see the kid no more. All that type of stuff, man. All these type of games and nothing new. Uh, Lying on you, saying you a horrible person. Brothers, I saw this in real time, man. I give an example. This is just one amongst many. It's a guy I know. I mean, his baby mama ran his name through the mud. You know, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that, and I mean, just lied on this guy. I know because I was close to the situation. Lied on him every step of the way. Didn't tell not one piece of truth about him, not one. But you know who fault that was? That was his own fault. That was his own fault, man. And what he did wrong, in my opinion, too, he should have never got her pregnant. And matter of fact, but this guy right here, who I'm talking about, at least he was straight up with me. He said he admitted to my he admitted to me. He said, "Man, I should have never got her pregnant." He told me this. He told me this. He said I should have never, you know, and he shouldn't have. He saw the signs, but you know, he was, you know, in love. I guess you would say, or big booties, or whatever you want to call it. And he chose to go. You know what I mean? He chose to listen to his emotions as opposed to his logic. You understand? Same with DDG. You think DDG didn't see the signs with Haley? I guarantee you he did. I guarantee you he did. That's why it's his fault. You know, we can, you know, we can, you know, we can pin him down, climb. I'm not trying to pin him down, climb. I'm just saying, brothers, this it continues to happen, and it will continue to happen. And I'm just saying, brothers, with so much documented history, When you can go on social media and find these things, brothers, you shouldn't be falling for the same mistakes. But we do make mistakes, so it does happen. But you brothers should be a lot smarter, man. But it's nothing new, brothers. You know, it's always gonna be this. But DDG, he'll be okay. My advice for DDG is to go to court and fight for his son. Fight for him. Yeah, this you might take a loss right here, but if DDG stay the course, prove that you didn't do these things, stay the course, be patient. He'll get custody. He'll get some type of custody of this kid. But he's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to stay in court. And that's the good thing about DDG is that he has the resources to do so. A lot of brothers in real time, they have the resources too, but they quit, they give up. And you might be, well, the court system against you. Yeah, the court system against you. This is why it's vital that you pick the right woman to have kids by, brothers. Brothers, you brothers should wait at least a year before you get a woman pregnant. Or two. Forget marriage before you get them pregnant. Because a lot of you guys are not getting married, you're just getting a girl pregnant. And what you want to do in that year, in that 2 years' time, or however long you want to make it, you want to pay attention to her. How is she? Is she mean? Is she spiteful? Is she hard-headed? She's difficult to deal with? If you see all these toxic signs, don't get her pregnant. Because I'm telling you, what's going to happen is she's going to keep that kid away from you when she don't get her way. Right? And for you brothers who deal with the women after, here's the good thing about dealing with women who already got kids, brothers, in my opinion. And I said this, and I'm not new. Even wise men before me knew this. I was saying this back in 2002, was in 3s and 5s. I was telling my homeboy, I said, man, I was telling my homies back then, I said, man, the good thing about messing with women who got kids, they like, what? I said, you see how they treat their baby daddy. You see how they treat them. They'll let you know how she'll treat you if you get her pregnant. Now, I'm not telling you to get that girl pregnant. I would actually advise you not to. But I'm just saying that's one of the pros to me of dealing with a woman who already got kids. You see how they deal with their baby daddies. You'll see. So on and so forth, right? But I would advise you not to get a woman pregnant who already got kids. Me personally, because I think it's confusion. But exceptions can be made. That's up to you. Use your own discretion. If that's something you don't mind doing, cool. I'm not knocking you. Right? But that's one of the pros of that, in my opinion. You can see, matter of fact, brothers, that's what kept me from getting girls pregnant, being honest with you. The girls I dealt with who had kids, because I saw how they treated their baby daddy. 2 girls, I actually said it to their face. And you should have seen the look on their face. If looks could kill, I would have been dead. 2 totally different girls don't know one another. I said the same thing to them, because brothers, a lot of girls was trying to get pressure me to get them pregnant, for whatever reasons. But I saw how they both treated their baby fathers. I'm like, hell no. I said, you gonna do me the same way. Of course, they both said they wouldn't. Of course they would. You think I'm, as they say, boo-boo the fool? Nah, man. Past behavior is a good indicator of future behavior. You understand? And it's absolutely true. Can people change? Yeah, people can change, but it takes time, brothers. People don't change overnight. It takes time. And you have to build up to that. Usually when people say, oh, man, they changed, and when you start hearing, like, not just their mothers, but I'm talking about all type of people like, yeah, man, they changed, man. It takes about 2 years. It takes about 2 years of consistency. And people like, yeah, they didn't change, man, If you ain't got about 2 years of consistency, don't believe what they saying. And you might, what about they had good 6? Yeah, that's a good 6 months. Don't believe it until it's 2 years or more, brothers. How many times I hear, oh, they changed, they doing good. 2 months later, everybody back doing the same thing. I thought you said they was changed, they doing good. Come on, man. But anyway, brothers, I don't want to get long-winded, but that's his own fault, man. Like I say, CJ So Cool, G Herbo, there's so many I can name, man. There's so many guys I can name for us who are famous. But stick to DDG, I would tell them stay the course, fight for your kids. Good example would be Matt Barnes, Gilbert Arenas. They stayed the course, they fought for their kids. That's what he's gonna have to do. You might have took a loss here, but that's it. I don't know what type of evidence they got against him, but stay the course. Stay the course, uh, and you will get some type of custody rights. You just gonna have to be patient. You know, and the good thing about it, I would tell DDG, the good thing about it is this: is that you have time. Your son is still young, so as long as you can get in your son's life before 6 years old, you'll be able to have an impact on him. As long as you can get in his life before 6 years old, I would say. Anytime after 6 years old, it's you pressing the time. It's going to be harder and harder. 7, 8, these are all good years you might can get in there. But once he get 10 and 11, each year that goes by, the closer he gets to teenage years, you're losing a lot of time. So fight for him now. Don't go, oh man, I can't see my son. Forget all that. Go to court, get your lawyer, and go to battle. You got the resources. Go to battle. There's other guys I can name. You guys won't know them, but they real time guys who done this. A great friend of mine's done it, and he actually won custody of his son. He didn't see his son for 3 years. He didn't even know where his baby mama was at. He patiently got him a lawyer. Took them some time, but they found her. Took her to court. He ended up winning custody of his son. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to have to fight for your kids, man. And I know, I think what Mr. Let Go said they shouldn't have to. I agree they shouldn't, but that's the battle that we're up against, brothers. So learn from DDG. He's nothing new. I don't know why the brothers don't make those connections. But the DDGs, the Latrus, look at all these situations and you'll see how similar that they are. CJ So Cool, G Herbo. I know there's many more I'm missing, but and plus, not to mention the many guys I came across, as they say, in real time. This is nothing new, brothers. So, but anyway, brothers, at the end of the day, it's DDG fault. He should have paid attention to the woman he was laying with, brothers. But he's nothing new. It's going, 5, 10 years, 2, 3 years from now, it's going to be another guy. Actually, I'm talking about far as in the media. Couple of years, maybe a couple of months, it's going to be another guy in the media. You know what I'm saying? Serious business. In real time, we already know it's already another guy finna fall victim to this. It never fails. And what's crazy to me is that it don't even matter that they're young. I ain't seen old brothers fall for the same crap. I'm out, man. Peace.